Yeah, I know it's true, I'm finally getting to you. We're not through. Yeah, I know it's true, I'm finally getting to you. You can run, you can hide, but inside, I'm finally getting to you. Yes, it's true. I still love you, but I am getting to you.
Stand by to initiate release sequencer. On my mark.
We're on express elevator to hell. Going down.
2, 1. Mark.
Welcome back. Welcome back to the Resupply with me, guy next door. Bringing you your Than and DK-less double tap of all things Space Marines and Laser Force. G'day people. I'm so happy. I'm so very happy that my microphone is working, because I was like, I didn't check it. It's the only thing I didn't check. It's probably not working, but it seems to be. And that's always a good thing. We're off to a good start. Stallion, you know what? I've got a theory. I reckon it's this other two. They bring bad juju in here, and it's that's where all the problems come from, is those other two. So now that they're not here, it's just me. Smooth sailing. Although now that I've said it aloud, we're fucked. So apologies. Apologies in advance. Nice to see you all. Very nice to see everyone here today. Obviously early show for us, especially if you're in Australia. I can't see any Australians in here. So, we'll see. Check it. Exactly right, Lucy's daddy. Exactly right. Oi to you. It's only 10, yeah, but it's still like 3 hours earlier than we normally do the show, which for me is a big deal. Like, I don't know, I need the morning to like marinate on things and like get into, get hype. So for me, it's, I don't know, it's weird. Well, I don't like change very much. Change freaks me out. Exactly right, Emo Wolf, exactly right. Good morning to you, Tails. Hope you're well, dude. I'm surprised that you're not at work. I mean, I assume that you're not at work. You're probably at work. I hope everyone's had a good week. I've had a pretty good week on this end. I've been visiting dump shops and thrift stores and finding cool shit. Like, I found some classic Lego stuff, and it's been a bloody great week. The only thing that would have made it better for me is if we got to play Laser Force, but I guess you can't have it all. Doesn't like change, plays a game that hasn't changed in 3 decades, it checks out. I mean, there's been minor changes, but you're right, like, yeah. I assume you're talking about Laser Force, actually. Maybe you're not. Right, so, as I mentioned, and as you can clearly see, no Than or DK. I believe Than's playing a gig tonight. In fact, I think he's streaming their gig. That's their album release gig / final gig ever. So I'm not entirely sure what time it is, but keep an eye on Than's channel. Head over there, give him a follow. He'll be live at some stage streaming their final gig as a band. DK was like, I'm sorry, I can't make it today. I got basketball to watch. Do I want 11 kg of Lego? Hell yeah. Where do you have 11 kg of Lego, Boat Boy? Is it in your cupboard, or have you stolen it? You just woke up, work, been fucked the last couple of days? Oh, bro. You work harder than most people I know, my dude. In a big plastic box. Yeah, bro, if you don't want it, there's always room at my house. Almost room at my house. Speaking of Than doing band stuff, you guys would have seen that they have just released a new album. If you want to show some love to my bro, to my bro Than, show some love. If you want to buy a copy of the album, head to that link there to check out their new album. If you just wanna listen to it, if you can't afford it, that's fine, all good. Go have a listen to it over on Spotify. Check it out there. We did a listening party, and I really like it. I think it's my favorite of all the works that he's done so far, which is really cool because progression is a good thing. But I really dig the sound that they put out on this album. So go give it a listen. It's highly worth your time. Go check it out. It's really, really cool. The other thing that we found this week, friends of the show, everyone here should by now know of our friends Ninja Jack and Call Me Too, the Lovebirds, if you will. Jen, how are you? But yeah, they our friends Ninja Jack and Call Me Too have started their own business, and I'm so very excited about it. If you live in Australia, particularly in Victoria, but if you live in Australia, go check out their site. Their site is at that link. They started a coffee bean company, which makes me so very excited. I can't wait. I can't wait to try their coffee. I love coffee. I've already smashed a mug today. I'm gonna smash another one probably after the show. We'll see. I can't wait to taste it. It's really awesome. But I don't think you could buy from them yet. But as soon as you can, I will absolutely let you guys know. They might possibly be the official coffee brand of the Resupply podcast. Even though none of the hosts might actually be able to get to try it anytime soon. But that's okay. They'll be official. They're the official ones. Era Beans. The website's really cool. I like the branding. Very excited about the product. And just a couple of really awesome humans doing really cool things. So I love when this community gets creative. I love when they have their own. Exactly right, Tails. Exactly right. I love when people start their own businesses or do something creative or start new projects or whatever it is. It really excites me because I get really excited when I do new shit, and I get really excited when our friends do new shit too. So Stu, what's going on? Actually, speaking of people in the community or community adjacent, man, this whole first bit is about shilling stuff for people. That reminds me, Stu, go and check out our friends over at Fractured Fox. I was so mad. I did a rant about it, but I have a Fractured Fox flat peak cap, and it's been ruined by a fucking Danzig looking pigeon. When I went and had burgers, I got shit on. Pigeon shit on my head and ruined my cap. So I am going to look at getting a new one from them sometime soon. But their stuff is really cool. I highly recommend checking out the website. Cook the pigeon. Oh, do you know how many diseases that particular one would have? Exactly right, Smally. Throw that chair right across the quad. So mad. So mad. Right, that's probably enough shilling. Speaking of Smally McSmall, we have a couple of guests this morning who I was like, oh, hey, can you help me do a show this morning because I've been ditched by my jerk co-hosts, and they said no, and I said please. They said okay. So we're gonna have a chat in a minute with a couple of friends of the show, Smally McSmall and Lucidun. I can see Lucy in the background throwing some chairs, I think. But we'll cut across. Let's cut across. I'll bring them in now. Hang on a second. Which button is it? This one. Hello, good morning to you. Or good evening to you.
Hello!
Oi! Thank you guys so much for coming and saving my bacon this morning. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Now, you guys have been on podcasts before. Lucy, actually, it's almost a year ago. Is that right?
Yeah, almost.
Wow, that's really cool. Lucy actually cut a video. I meant to find a link. I'll find a link in a bit. But Lucy cut a video celebrating the almost 1 year anniversary of becoming a Resupply community member. It's really, really cool. Like a bunch of nostalgia. I love watching like the old stuff that we do. Mostly because I like listening to myself. But yeah, it was really, really awesome. So thank you for cutting that. Right. Priorities from DK and Than. Or Than's got a good reason, but DK's got a good reason. He's watching the NBA finals. It's his team. His team's in the finals. Gotta watch your team in the finals. Old stuff less than a year ago. Yeah, well, it's all stuff. It's all old stuff. Right, now you guys have been busy the last couple of weeks, I suppose. As we talked about on previous shows, Smally had ventured which way? Southeast ish. I don't know the bearings.
Sort of more east, I guess.
More east, right?
Yeah.
You took a plane to a place, and
Yeah. I left the country.
You left the country, exactly. But yeah, you obviously you got to go and play some laser tag recently, but more importantly, you got to connect. You got to make more connections for the community.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, how was it? Like, what have you been up to, first and foremost? What did you guys get up to?
So basically, yeah, we travelled over sort of a few days early for the tournament, so we could go check out some other arenas as well. So that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I must admit, I've completely forgotten every name of the arena we went to. But
No worries, I got that covered.
so you can cover that bit.
But being in Europe, obviously, there's a couple of countries in Europe, I hear. One or two. Whereabouts did you guys actually visit? Was it just the two?
No, we went to, was it 4 different arenas in the end?
Right.
But he was asking about countries.
Oh,
yeah.
countries.
Yeah. So you guys went to...
Oh, yeah, so basically...
Sorry, you go.
Yeah, so basically...
It really sucks.
Yeah, flew into Germany, although we didn't play any... I flew into Germany, I think it was a few weeks ago, and played some of the arenas around there, which was good fun. But yeah, this time, yeah, we sort of didn't have time to stop anywhere on the way, really. So
Right.
yeah, just travelled straight over to the Czech Republic, but yeah.
So the tournament, was it just in the Czech Republic, or was it... Because I was a little confused about it. So it was just... So you guys didn't...
Yeah.
Okay. So did you swing through and pick, like, Marcus up on the way through, or...
Well, I suppose I more sort of, cheated in a way and flew into Germany, and then he took me the rest of the way, rather
Right.
than me just flying straight over, yeah.
Wait, did you guys drive?
Yeah, he did.
What's that drive time?
It was about 5 or 6 hours in the end, I think.
Oh, really?
It weren't too bad.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
not too bad. I assumed, like, it's so dumb. Like, being Kiwi, we are on an island in the South Pacific. So, like, if you want to go to a different country, you're talking at least 3.5, 4 hours in one direction to go to Australia. And that's the only country that's close. I assume, like, that, you know, driving from Germany to Czech Republic would be like a day. But it's...
No, I was surprised how sort of quick it went. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we were less time driving than I actually took getting to the airport and flying over.
Yeah. Stupid
Just because I
traffic.
got to the airport so early, because we'd had it in our news that the airports were just terrible, and
Yeah.
there was like hours queuing for security and that. So I
Yeah.
got to the airport ridiculously early on the day,
Mm.
and walked through security in 5 minutes. So
Oh, really?
got very bored at the airport. But yeah, so I think it took about the same amount of time in the end.
How was like COVID stuff? Like were they kind of like strict about it, or yeah, were they
Not really. The only thing sort of that we did was the particular airline I was with still have you wear masks on the plane,
right?
But it's only pretty much like an hour flight, so that was sort of nothing really. But no, every other restriction's gone pretty much.
That's good. Well, it depends on your view, I guess.
In a way, yeah.
I don't mind like the masks on a plane. Like that, we had obviously the flight from Auckland to LA is like 12.5 hours. So I did that when we came over for West Coast, whatever that random draw was, and you know it was not comfortable, but it wasn't like the end of everything. So like these short these short flights aren't too bad, I suppose, if you got to wear a mask. COVID doesn't exist according to your government. I think it's the same in most places, Morgan.
Yeah, it does very much feel like that now.
Yeah, right.
It's just everything has literally gone back to normal. Like, for example, I was at a concert last night and there was no sort of restrictions at all.
Nah. People are okay, I think, now. Or at least a little more comfortable. People are a little more apprehensive still here. But I think that's because we were fairly strict in requirements and stuff from the government, so like people still had that in the back of their head, but everywhere else they're like, meh, who cares?
Yeah, I still keep a bit more on top of sort of like hand sanitizing a bit more than I probably did pre-COVID.
Right.
But yeah, I must admit I don't do as much now as I was during sort of lockdowns.
Yeah, except for the people dying, of course. I mean, like, as a whole, society as a whole, Stallion. Obviously, it's still very, very serious for a lot of people. But let's move away from that. How many? So you got to play 4 different sites, and
It was 4 Friday.
Right, so Doms, Pilsen, Karlovy Vary, Fantasy Laser Game, then the Prague on Braník, and Říčany. So actually 5.
5 sites.
There was 5 in the end.
Yeah.
I just got in the car, to be honest.
We've got to go somewhere? Okay, no problem.
Worry about that.
Smally's in a meeting and we get to see it live? Exactly right. That's my one of my favorite
Ahoy
streams
Blue,
to watch.
ahoy Blue, do chat.
Ahoy.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite stream to watch is Smally in a meeting. That's a daily one. It's a good one. Right, okay, so obviously I'm very jealous because anytime you get to play laser tag is a good time. Some laser tag is better than no laser tag. One thing that I did want to ask was, how did you find the language barrier?
It wasn't too bad because actually quite a few people do speak English.
Right.
Yeah.
So a lot of the time, you could. I'd say pretty much most people spoke at least enough to sort of communicate with.
Right.
So yeah, it really wasn't too bad at all, and it was quite good. They actually changed the language of the packs for us into English.
Oh, cool.
So we actually knew what the packs were saying.
Yeah,
You can do that before the game starts.
Yeah.
So that was very good of them. Otherwise, that would have got a bit confusing.
I need to learn the Czech words for lives low, lives critical.
Yeah, I've done that before with a German tournament as well, where they couldn't change it. So
Oh, really?
We literally had to learn it. Like, it's difficult.
Force the packed language to English, not Gen 7. Yeah, exactly right. The kidnap Smally. We're gonna go play laser tag. Jumps immediately in the car. So actually on that, because we'll talk about teams and stuff in a sec, but the language stuff. So I would, because it was a really interesting thing seeing Marcus play in the States, and I forget, forgive me because I forget who else was in the States. with Marcus. It was Marcus and can't remember. Marcus, please help us out.
Probably quite a few of the ones that came to this as well, I imagine.
Oh, right on. Well, so it really intrigued me, like hearing the two of them communicate in German, and I always thought I'd find it interesting, or it must be an interesting dynamic, to have multilingual people on a single team, because you actually good teams communicate so often with each other, and so if you got a language barrier in the team, interested to see or to know how like that kind of unfolds in a game, and whether it like is a hindrance or it's no big deal or whatever the case is. But you didn't play with Marcus in the States. You played with Than and them, right?
Yeah.
I guess like it's interesting because we found it hard just having different accents, still speaking English, but like we played a tournament one time and it was like me and Baden were on a team with like a bunch of Americans, and like me and Baden could understand each other fine, but we struggled to like understand DK at times, and vice versa. So you would bark, communication, and they're like, what the fuck did he just say? So you add a different language in, and that's another barrier. But how did you find it, like the actual gameplay itself? Because who was on your team?
Well, I was actually on a German team.
Right.
Just to add even more fun to the language barrier, yeah. But luckily, I know enough words that I could get an understanding of what was being shouted. And
Right.
half the time they would shout it in English anyway, or
Right.
they understood me shouting in English as well. So
Yeah.
generally, I was kind of just shouting English at them, and they just shouted German back, and I knew enough to know what they were sort of saying.
Yeah, right.
So it didn't really get too much in the way, really.
Yeah, okay. That's such an interesting dynamic to the game. Like it's something that like in the 20 years that I've played, never really thought about, because everyone that I've ever played with has been native English speakers. So Lucy, you had obviously you had a team of people. Did you have a team of people from your site, from Pilsen home site?
Yeah, I've had Pakalis, Lukáš, and Stuart, and we had one from Prague, Valkyra, and the other one from the Říčany side, because we were getting the last player at the last moment. I don't know what happened, but like we made it like 3 times.
Yeah.
Actually, so
But
we made it.
did Lama play?
No. He was here because, I mean, somebody has to be here.
Yeah, right.
When it's like work day, and especially Sunday.
Yeah, right. Okay. That's really cool. Okay, so you had. I thought of something else with the language thing, but it's gone. It'll come back to me. That's all right. So you played 5 different sites, and were all 5 involved in the actual. Actually, we'll circle back. I want to hear more about your trip. So, how long were you away for, Smally?
It was sort of a very long weekend, because basically in England we had 2 bank holidays on the Thursday, Friday.
Right.
So I travelled over to Germany Thursday, travelled over Friday, and then went back on the Monday.
Right, okay. And
yeah, so it's like 5 days.
I would assume that, like, Lucy, you were kind of tour guide for the trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. What kind of stuff did you guys do? Did you? I assume you had beer.
I wasn't allowed because I was the driver all the time.
Right.
But I don't know about you, Smally. Have you one?
No,
Have you
I
had
didn't
one?
drink anything. I didn't drink anything in the end. No.
No, perfect.
Okay, so next time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
maybe
get
next
it.
time.
I probably would have been the same. Beer doesn't do it for me. Morrigan said, you did the best thing possible for the Queen's Jubilee. You left the country.
Yeah,
I did,
she
however,
told
bring
me
a
that.
flag.
Oh, yeah.
This is actually the one Smally gave me, so.
Typical British people going around the place trying to colonize. It's just bloody Union Jack everywhere. Although I kind of
Had
look
to be
like
done.
yeah. Don't give me that. As a colony, I live in a British colony. Don't give me that. Octavio, g'day. Welcome to the Resupply podcast. Nice to see you. Welcome in. I can't even say colony. There we go. We got it. I think we got it.
Colonize?
Colonize. So no Pilsner beer then. That's disappointing. That's all right.
Next time.
Oh, thank you very much for the follow.
Slide.
Thank you so much for the
Finally.
follow. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
You'll get one too next year. Oh no. That's cool. We're all right. We got our own frayed relationships with the fucking British Isles. But anyway, we'll get past that. So all right, laser tag. So you played 5 sites. What the hell just happened?
Oh, what?
Oh, sorry. The OBS did weird shit. Played 5 sides. Were all 5 involved in like the tournament? Like, did you play like half a day at one for the tournament, or like how did the structure kind of work?
No, we were playing at only one site, and that was the last site called Říčany.
Okay, and that's where the tournament was. So everything else was just I mean, you're here, so we might as well go check it out.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's pretty cool. And so what? And I know you've told us before, Lucy, but what's the kind of like drive time between like all the sites? Like, could you smash them out in a day, or is it a little bit further than that?
Yeah, I mean, between us and Domáš, let's say it's like an hour and a half,
Okay.
maybe hour. Between us and Karlovy Vary, it's like hour and a half. Between Karlovy Vary and Prague, it was like 2 hours.
Yeah.
That was kind of long one. And then between Prague and Říčany, it was like 20 minutes. So.
Oh wow. Okay, so like you could do them all in a day. You'd want to like obviously stretch it out over a long weekend, like you guys did. But so who traveled around? Like, how many people traveled to each site?
From us, just me and Pakalis, because people were busy, I
Yeah.
guess, and they didn't wanted to injure themselves just in case before Sunday. So
Fair enough. Okay, so it was a Sunday tournament. Saturday you had like free time to go out. And...
Friday and Saturday was like the tour of the sites.
That's so cool, man. You played a
And
bunch of
from
games.
Smolly's side, there was Marcos and Marco and Smolly.
Right.
Yeah,
Wait.
because the other half of the team got in, I think it was Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's the tall dude. We'll have a look at some photos shortly. But so the tall dude in your team, that's Marco.
I think there's 2 tall ones.
Is there?
Yeah.
I'm looking here.
Steve-O, remember, me and Smolly are both small, so everyone
Yeah,
is kind of
everyone's
tall to
tall.
us.
Yeah, like I mean, but like that guy is real tall. the real tall guy. Marco and Jins? I don't know.
Ginge, yeah. Yeah, it's between those 2.
Right. What's Jin's name? What's the name? Ginger.
I don't know their real name.
What's their code name?
I think it is that.
What, Jins?
Something like that, yeah.
Oh, right, okay. All right, well, I mean, so people know what we're talking about. We'll have a look at the photos shortly. Right, and so you guys got to like play some games with them, and did you play? It's all right, Jim. It'll make sense shortly. Did you guys play like predominantly Space Marines, or did you play like other games when you not in the tournament?
Well, here at Pilsen, we played Space Marines,
Yeah.
one game of Space Marines, and then we kind of experimented. But Smolly got to play Rabbit Season at Domes. And all of us were just standing there, besides the Germans, we were all standing there and like, what the hell are they doing?
Oh, Smally.
But it was the only time.
Did it though? Did it have to be done? Ugh.
Yeah, they only let me do it once. That was it on
Yeah.
Friday.
Never again. Never ever again. That game's garbage. The game sucks. Well, you know, to each
Weapon
own.
season's fucked, eh?
So I said before, like, some laser tag is better than no laser tag. There is an asterisk there, and that asterisk is weapon season.
Aww.
Yeah. No, yuck. You forced me to do friendly fire. Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's right.
So you play one game there, but like, so because most players in Europe don't really play Space Marines, right? Or not yet, at least. Not on the
Yeah.
regular.
At least here, so.
Yeah. But like, but you guys mostly play like standards or
Yeah,
Okay.
standard teams.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Cool. That, I mean, just knock on another 5 sites off the checklist. Why don't you, Smally?
We actually
nice-
got the achievement.
Yeah, I got the 5 countries achievement and
That's so
the
good.
20 sites achievement as well.
Right.
Just to rub it in a bit more.
I don't think there'd be many players outside of Europe that would have that achievement. I would hazard a guess to say there's not that many people that have that achievement. Yeah, I could only think of you, maybe Marcus. Yeah,
Yeah, Marcus as
probably
well.
Marcus. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah, I
right
think
on.
he got it at the same time. This was his 5th one as well.
Yeah, right. It's easy to ask Rusty. What? Traveling around and playing laser tag. Let's talk a little bit
Casual
about
flex.
let's talk a little bit about the tournament. So how did you guys fare in the tournament on the Sunday? How'd you find it?
Well, this does it. So, yeah, I got bronze.
You got bronze?
She came second.
We got silver.
Oh, that must mean I
Yeah.
got gold. Oh no, I didn't get gold. You know what I got?
But yeah,
Not laser tag. That's definitely
Aww.
Ba-bam.
I mean, it was good because I returned to that arena after 2 years. I was there last time before it was officially opened.
Yeah.
But I played like the, how to say, beginning first tournament.
Yeah.
And I got a special prize in that.
What was
And
your...
since then, I haven't been there.
So hang on. This was your first tournament.
First official tournament in that site.
Oh, okay. What was the award that you got? Just award saying that it was your first official tournament there?
Nah. It was special prize for the survivor with the least like power shots, and it was 3 actually, out of
Right.
300 or something like that.
I don't know what that means. What does that mean?
It's special game mode played here. I will try to explain it
Yeah.
shortly. It's called Power Rangers. You got, let's say, 200 power.
It's more than
If you shoot, you like lose 5 power. If you get shot, you lose like 10 power. If you lose all of your power, you'll get eliminated.
Right. Okay, and so how
that's
many
it.
power did you start with? Cease down.
I don't remember that clearly, but something around 200 shots were in the start of the
Okay,
game.
and can you gain power back?
No.
Oh, so it's like the person who doesn't die out the quickest?
Yeah.
That's a weird...
And who got the most score? Like Gladiator, but yeah, just
Okay, so
like
you have to get the highest score, but if you die out, then you're dead. You don't win.
yeah.
So you can't die out and still win the game, right? Like if your score's massive, but you still die out, you wouldn't be the winner.
No.
Okay, that's interesting because it's like off. My initial thought is like, well, that kind of de-incentivizes or unincentivizes, whatever the word is, unincentivizes shooting people, because if you shoot people and lose power, you die out. But
Yeah,
you
but
still need to get a good
you
score.
lose like lesser power than if you get shot.
Yeah, but if you just run around and don't get shot and don't shoot anyone, then you have. Then
Yeah,
you
that's a
don't die out.
strategy.
But then you don't have any points, right? Oh, that's an interesting game mode. So I suppose with like, so with dead aim, like similar thing. You run out of shots, but when you shoot people, you get part of a shot back. So it incentivizes accuracy. I think like when you play some of the standard game modes, having the right incentives in a game should be the goal. So like playing this game should incentivize. So playing Shadows should incentivize being able to learn how to missile people well. Playing a dead aim incentivizes accuracy, because if you're not accurate, you won't be able to shoot. Gladiator incentivizes live management, and not dying out of a game. So it's an odd game mode. I'd be intrigued to try it, but yeah, it's a strange one. Missile and resets for Shadows, and resets, I guess. Why reset? I don't know about that one. Marcus. We play Insane Shadows.
I know what he's saying. Basically, when we played at one of the arenas, the only game, I think it was the Shadows game, was the only one where resets was actually turned on.
Oh, okay.
So I think he's saying that would be the game to learn resets.
Right. Okay, I got you. This weird European nonsense.
Sorry.
Okay, well let's talk about that really quickly. So you guys, we'll talk about it as a whole. So what's the kind of differences between Space Marines specifically? We'll get back to the tournament shortly, but Space Marines, and you might be able to shed more light on this, Smally, but Space Marines in the US/Australia, New Zealand scenes versus the European scenes. Like, what were some of the differences you found?
So for this particular tournament, obviously the big one was that resets were turned off.
Mm-hmm.
So that really made a massive difference to how the game was played, I found.
Right.
So after a couple of games, realised I had to play a completely different sort of style to how I would play it in the US with the resets on. For example, like if you broke into where a resup area was, you'd shoot them and they'd just stand there and wait to come back on and shoot you back, kind of thing. Whereas with resets on, you'd keep deactivating them over and over, and yeah, it sort of really shifted how you moved around the arena.
Right. Did you find the game was more stagnant? More static?
I would say not really, but I think I don't know whether it was that particular arena, but I found my play style was to keep moving about, really. So
right.
I found I almost moved about more than maybe I would normally.
So because there wouldn't be any, like you say, you run into a resupply, you shoot them all. There's no point in staying there, right? Unless you wanted to like try and trade quickly with the medic.
Yeah, you're almost at more an advantage once you're deactivated.
Yeah.
You can kind of just stand there and spam the trigger until you come back up, and you tend to get that shot off first.
Yeah, especially if there's multiple people. Like because usually when you run into a resupply, the medic is the last one that you're getting to shoot. Usually because there's lines of defense to get to them. So, that would mean that you wouldn't be able to get multiple medic hits because the other commander the other heavy would come up and that's interesting. Okay. Right. So what other differences were there?
The others were sort of probably more subtle, but like for example, the deactivation time was a bit less. I think it was 5 seconds rather than sort of your 4 and 8. The bases, there were 6 bases in total. You got less points, but you also got less special points as well. You only got 3 per base.
Right.
So yeah, for example, like as a commander, sometimes I'll like to try and get bases early and sort of drop an early nuke type thing. Not so easy when you're only getting 3 per base and they're dotted about a lot more. Kind of thing.
Okay. So it wasn't a case of I'll just go get all the bases and drop one immediately.
No, because you had to get round to all 6, and yeah, they're quite well spaced out around the arena. So you had to, by the time you've done like a whole trip, you've kind of, your resupply is already resupped everyone, and there's no sneaky seeing if you can get someone quite early on.
Right. Okay. Marcus did, send me a list, put it in chat as well, but we'll quickly run through that. Game time, 12 minutes instead of 15.
Yeah.
That one is interesting. Okay, we'll run through this, and then I want to ask you about like elims, because looking at this gives me the impression that there'd be less eliminations. Downtime is 5 seconds instead of 4 seconds. Downtime unsafe. Oh yeah, okay. So that's what he mean by there's no resets, so you can't be shot after 3 or 4 seconds, whatever it is. 6 bases, which can be shot instead of 2. Right. Okay. That's balanced out by the fact that each base is 500 points instead of 1,000. Bases give 3 special points instead of 5. Nukes at 25 special points instead of 20. Interesting.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, strange.
And the
Same with,
strangest
the
thing
boosts-
was
the boosts were different as well.
yeah, and
They were higher, weren't they?
the strangest thing was that Thomas was like, I don't know what did I did or what shenanigans did the PC did, but the nuke is taking 2 lives instead of 3.
Yeah.
And I can change that.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Right. So it takes longer to get to a nuke. Takes between bases being worth less and nukes costing more, and they do less damage. Missiles are 501 points instead of 500. That's random.
Same with the nukes. The nukes also were and 1, so you could
Yeah.
I think it was to do with stats.
Oh.
So you had
Yeah.
sort of the numbers on the end, so you could sort of see what you'd done.
So, but the bases are worth
501.
So they changed the nuke so that you could see. I guess you can see which bases you got. So you would take you would take away that much, and then you could see how many nukes you got.
Yep.
But it should
And missiles as well.
But it should all and is that so you can see it on the computer screen at the end rather than having to fish back individual stats.
I guess so. I don't quite know, but I assume that's part of it.
Yeah, maybe.
Because that'd be the only reasoning that I can think. Slam man. Well, America not represented because they're out doing like other shit. Than's being famous, being in a band, and DK's watching basketball. You did it to yourselves, America. Yeah, that's the only reason that I could think of, because all of that information's available if you want it, but just not on the screen. That's random. Okay. Now I'm somewhat of a purist, and so all of these changes make me cringe. I hate them. However, you still got to play, so that makes me, it kind of balances out. But like, did you find that stuff was a deterrent at all, or were you just happy to be playing Space Marines?
Well, I did my usual to begin with. The first couple of games, I was just very grumpy, sulky about the whole thing.
Yep.
Came out saying how stupid it was, sulking outside because someone had done a ridiculous snap round a corner by bending sort of half backwards and all this. So to begin with, I'm kind of like, yeah, this is stupid, and then I got on with it.
Yeah.
And then once I got on with it, and adapted, then yeah, actually, it's a different way of playing it.
Yeah.
It's certainly you play it different to how you'd play internationally, but I still found it quite fun overall.
Okay.
I definitely enjoyed still playing. Yeah.
And that's
You
the
need
key
to
thing.
give us some time.
No, also, okay, so that's the thing. You guys are basically starting from scratch when it comes to Space Marines, because it's not something you guys are used to. And I saw somebody comment on your Facebook post, Lucy.
Tomik, the owner of Říčany, he told me to tell you that next year, there will be resets on.
Okay. I would go as further and suggest that maybe they play by all the rules, but we'll
and
baby steps.
when I translate the international rules, we will be playing by that.
So yeah, There are rumors next spring is a tournament with proper rules. Oh, that's awesome. Now, Slammer, I don't know if you saw this tournament was played with some very different game settings, real different game settings, which, like I said, as a purist, makes me a little antsy, but it's good because the more people kind of get used to playing Space Marines as a game mode, because it is very different from all of the other ones, because all the other games they don't really have that teamwork aspect to them. Some of these changes make me think that you wouldn't really necessarily have to have that team aspect still, but like I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Like whether the game mode is like so different, and like I'm just intrigued, Smally, to like your like viewpoints of how the games kind of differ. True SM5 learning curve is huge. That's right, 100%, and that's why a lot of people don't stick around and play it. You did the last 2 games with resets on post tournament.
Yeah, they did some friendly matches. And it was kind of fun to watch.
Yeah, you didn't play?
I wasn't because in one of the games I injured my foot. So
that's like again.
I was kind of determined to finish the tournament.
Yeah.
So
did you kick another thing or like?
No.
Was there
I was actually no. I was no. I was running from them because it was actually in the game versus the SM5 Unites team.
Mm-hmm.
I was the last one from our team. 4 shots, 1 missile left.
Right.
And I was hiding.
Yeah.
And when they found me, I was running around all the maze, and then made one bad step, and then I just hopped into the other part of the arena.
Yeah.
And when they found me, I just slid down through the wall and sat in there. And I was like, hey, just kill me.
Yeah.
I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, fair
And
enough.
then when they started to shoot me and missile me, I heard 60 seconds. I was like, oh no, are you fucking kidding me?
Son of a
But
bitch.
Smally was too kind to sit next to me, so.
Didn't
You
I
say that.
Yeah.
I also put 2 missiles into you before doing that.
History doesn't ask that.
Mercy killing.
Yeah.
Stu says, I'm super proud of y'all, Lucy. It's a tough and complicated game to learn, but once you learn the game, it's magic. I 100% agree.
Thank you, Stu.
100% agree. Right, okay, so, you guys played, how like, was it just that the resets were turned back on, Smally, or did they alter some other stuff?
Yeah, it was just the timings that were changed. So yeah, it was changed back to the 4 and the 8. The rest stayed the same.
Okay. So, how did you find, like, going back to what I was saying before, like, were there many, like, elims?
I don't think there were that many, actually. Yeah, just those few minutes less actually did make a difference.
Yeah.
To sort of whether you got elimed or not. And with the resets off as well, I felt you could, sort of escape a little bit more, I guess.
Yeah.
Rather than being reset over and over sort of thing.
We won against the first place team with the proper settings. Well, of course you did.
And they were really pissed.
Yeah. I mean,
They weren't impressed.
No. So, but that's the thing, and I think that's an important thing to kind of be aware of when you do this stuff, because doing that kind of thing can really kill the ambition of people to want to play the game properly. Although I don't know, it's tough. You've got to do it at some point. You've got to rip the band-aid off at some point. But what can happen, and what we found when we played local scenes here, is that if people aren't having fun, or like if they just get their ass whipped, then they are so resistant to implement some of those changes. So yeah, it's baby steps, Marcus, baby steps. But yeah, so okay, so there were, and I guess that makes sense that there'd be less elims, because there's less time in the game, there's less nukes dropping, they do less damage, There's no resets, so there's less chance of like running in and like flushing a resupply out and having them lose 5 to 10 lives on a brutal attack. So I guess that makes sense. Yeah, right. I suppose it's a good thing for people to learn as well. Cool. All right. So you guys came second and third respectively. More elims than you would have expected. Did anyone get a Joshy Washy Woo Woo? Lads. Everything in this world has a polar opposite. There's happy, sad, up, down, slow, fast, left, dead, and all constant cycle flow of balance. We must act like leaves that land on the river and go with the flow no matter how choppy the water. And sometimes the water is choppy, but it always comes. I love you all, and I hope you all have happiness and prosper. Thank you very much for those kind words there, Josh. Joshy Washy. Very nice to see you. Thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the Resupply. We're laser tag enthusiasts. Cool. All right. Fuck, I forgot what I was gonna ask. Oh yeah. Position. So how was the competition? Like the competitors, how the length of the day, the maze, all that sort of stuff. How'd you guys find it?
Yeah, I'll begin. The first part of the first part of the tournament was like everyone has to play every role. Well, every role.
Yeah.
I played Scout twice. I haven't played Heavy, but some of the people have played all of them. And this was like the first part of the tournament. And the first team that won actually won the part as well. So this is the first trophy. They left it here.
Suckers.
And yeah. And on the other half of the day, you got to choose which role do you want to play. So I was playing medic all the time because I like to play resupply. And they also won the tournament.
Choo. How come you didn't play heavy?
Because.
It sucks.
Because no.
No, I can kind of explain it if you want.
Yeah, thank you. Go ahead.
So basically, say everybody had to play. Well, say the idea was that everybody played each role.
Yeah.
So you were sort of rotating, but the thing was there were 6 teams, and so you were playing 5 games. So it tended to work out that you'd kind of get a couple of games in, and then suddenly realize that actually that's not going to work out to get everybody to do every role, because you'd end up get to game 6 and it's like, oh well, these 3 people still have to play this and that kind of thing. So in the end it was sort of, obviously you have the 2 scout positions, so you could double up on the scout in the end, so we sort of had to do it that way. But it then meant, like, for example, I didn't have a medic game in the end because it just wouldn't have worked out.
Okay. But when wasn't it 5-a-side when you guys playing 5-a-side, or was it 6-a-side?
6-a-side.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So 6 teams.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. But 5 matches.
Yeah.
Okay, so you were always someone was always gonna miss out on one of the roles, I suppose.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
In the first half of the day.
Yeah. Okay. All right, that's kind of it's good that, like, especially in a tournament like this, I suppose it's a good thing to kind of make sure that people do play that. Like we did a similar thing with our triple threat tournament. Everyone was supposed to play every position at least once. I was the only one who fucked it up. And as a result, cost us a win, but that's okay. Only a match if you count morning and afternoon together, but 5 games per part. Yeah, right. But yeah, so being a single day tournament, I suppose, like, how many games did you guys end up playing each? Would have been 2.
Yeah, so I imagine it probably was 10, was it? If we did 5 in the morning.
Must have been.
Is it then another 5 in the afternoon?
Yeah, something around 10.
Did you guys?
It would have been around that, yeah.
Did you get to play every team?
Yeah.
Okay, so you got to play every team. Oh, it would have been at least once,
Twice.
right?
Yeah.
Well, 6 teams? 10 games.
Yeah, 6.
Wait, I'm checking. I play Laser Force. 1, 2, 3, 4.
It was definitely 5 in the
6,
morning.
7,
Yeah.
8, 9, 10. 10. I wasn't playing any bonus games, so 10.
10. Okay.
Yeah.
Right on. Right. Okay. And how did the scoring work? Was it just whoever scored them, like whoever won the most games over the day won the
Yeah,
tournament,
basically,
or?
yeah.
Yeah, I think it was the second half was what sort of counted towards the wins. Like the first was kind of more around set, I
Learning.
guess, and I think it kind of then also decided roughly who you played to begin with on the second half, if I understand that correctly.
Yeah, and then
be
we
just
began
random.
playing with you.
Yeah.
It's so random. So they're like, oh, we're not going to count the games where I don't just get to play Commander. We're only count the games from the end of the day. That's
Yeah,
weird.
only counted from when you could pick.
Man, you guys like to stack the deck in your favor over there. You like to make sure that conditions are perfect for a win. Maybe not.
I ended up being a scout main again, which seems to be my destiny this year. Even though scout's my least favourite role, I keep ended up playing it at the minute.
Yeah, right. Are you historically heavy? Or recently?
Yeah, normally I do like to play a heavy,
That's what
but
I
yeah,
thought.
just how it's worked out each time, it's fitted in better for me to be in a scout position. So
Yeah, right.
so I'm a scout main now.
You get lazy people like me being like, no. You go out, you play scout. You're good at running around. I'm gonna stay back here and just chill out. Oh, that's really weird. Okay, well, kind of cool though. Like, and I say weird, I don't mean weird in a bad way. Just putting it out there. It's all weird to me because it's not what I'm used to. But I'm old and grumpy. You're right. Is that all the things that I had on my list? I think so. How'd you find the maze?
Yeah, I quite enjoyed it actually. So I found quite a lot of the ones we went to were very, I suppose, labyrinthy is maybe the best way to describe them.
Right, tall
I found a lot of the
walls.
arenas are sort of that style, yeah.
Yeah,
Which
ours is
actually
like
I
that.
quite like
Yeah,
to a degree.
right. I agree because like it's so strange. Like there's a lot of places in the States where you can shoot over walls and stuff. With the exception of Syracuse, I suppose that's the most labyrinthy maze over there. Everything else has like varying shots from different heights and stuff. We don't have that. We're probably similar maze, smallish, more labyrinthy parts. Everything's kind of linear. It's all in front of you. So I suppose that would be a bit of fun. And how were like the resupply spots, specifically in the what was the tournament site called, Lucy?
I'm actually trying to figure out some easier name for you because it
That's all right.
starts with
Just say it
specific
slowly for me.
checked. It's called Říčany.
Říčany.
Almost.
Almost. Říčany. There we go. Phonetically.
Yeah, R with a little hook above it. That's a
That's a what? What? How do you pronounce the R with the hook?
R.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Říčany.
Yeah.
Fucking nailed that shit. Nailed it. Boom. I don't know how. I'm not sure how I'm gonna write that, but that's okay. So yeah, how did you find the resupply points in that maze?
I mean, we were like, hey, we just begin here, and when they come, we will just move. So
Yeah, it was pretty much just the start points. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you just resupply where you started.
Yeah.
Sweet. I mean, that gameplay suits me. If I don't have to move, perfect.
Yeah, because they were both pretty much the opposing corners. So yeah, it kind of just made sense. Just stay there because you're furthest away from everyone.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. And being that there were lots of like bases, there wasn't really a mindset for like base defense. in that kind of maze, right? Because I guess they matter even less.
Mm.
Oh,
Yeah, not really.
you wouldn't be able to reset off the base. Oh, that's so annoying.
No.
Oh.
I think I tried to do that the first game and then remembered.
Yeah.
And also the other thing we were doing as 3 hits is quite often we were just throwing missiles into the bases rather than even
I was
trying to
just
get them into
thinking
players.
that. Yeah, because like missiling people when they are up is really is a hard thing to do, right? Oh
Yeah.
man,
Oh yeah.
brutal.
Yeah, like personally, I'd save sort of 1 for just in case there was an opportune moment.
Yeah.
But I was definitely putting 3 or 4 missiles just straight into bases.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that was my game as a commander.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh yeah.
Man, that how did you find Commander, Lucy? You find it alright?
We were like trying it here
Yeah.
on Tuesday before the tournament, and actually we were playing 15 minutes instead of 12 for the first game, and I was the only one who survived and almost scored 11k. So I was like,
nice.
wait, where's my team?
Yeah.
But I'm still alive and we won. So yeah.
Perfect. I
3
mean,
nukes.
yeah. Who cares if you have no team? If you get the win,
Yeah.
perfect.
I mean, Lama and Pakalis were doing the resupply, and they were doing good job. And then Stuart was scout with me, and it was like, your medic is out, your ammo is out, and then like 3 minutes before the end, your scout is out. Wait, what? I'm alone.
Actually, that's an interesting point. So what happens if you drop a nuke when an opposition player is dead? Do they still get affected by the nuke, or?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That'd be an
I'm
interesting
not
thing
really sure.
to check, because I mean, if they, if you drop a nuke and they don't die because they're already deactivated, man, that's brutal.
My guess would be they'd be unaffected.
Yeah. Somewhere, like, maybe if someone could.
Oh, what if you resupply them before the nuke drops?
Yeah.
Does that?
I guess we can check it on Tuesday. So
Yeah. Because
Yeah, you'd have to
then
find
I will
out.
let you know.
because that would essentially make nukes ineffective. If you could resupply your team, like the medic. Oh no, even the medic would stay alive. You would just resupply the medic as an ammo when you hear the nuke tone drop, and they wouldn't lose any lives. So you could essentially keep your medic alive the whole game. Man, that's brutal. I'm not sold.
But I think it wasn't that way.
It wasn't that way.
Because-
I'm not
that would be
sure.
weird.
Because I survived only 1 of my 5 medic games, so or 6 was it?
Right.
Maybe it does then just take the lives anyway, even if
Yeah.
it doesn't deactivate you for longer. I wonder if it still takes the life.
Yeah, it'd be an interesting thing to check.
Otherwise,
gonna check
that's OP.
Yeah. All right. Well, look. Let's have a quick look at some of the photos, and then I'll let you guys get on with your evenings. You go to bed. It's very, very late there.
No worries,
It's only
I'm awake.
midnight,
So
it's fine.
Yeah, it takes lives away even if it's just 2. But what does it do to the? What does it do to the reset? Like, does it reset the kill cooldown? I'd be very interested to know how that kind of works. Anyway, let's go here. Let me just quickly change this. The less fancy version of the Resupply podcast. And then I will
Yay.
share. That can go away. Let's share that one there. And let's go big. Right, so we got some photos. Still put 2. We got some photos. Right, so this is when you guys were traveling around, right?
yeah,
What's
this was our first stop at Domažlice.
Domažlice.
Yeah, you got it there written.
Yeah, nailed that one too. Okay.
I'm glad you're saying it.
Yeah. I like to try and pronounce things. It's worth giving it a go.
And I really appreciate that.
It's all good. It's all good. Right. So this was on the Friday. And who's in this photo? Obviously the 2 of you. Who's either side of you?
Above me is Pakalis.
That's Pakalis. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
then Marco
Smally.
and Marcus.
So Marcus, I met obviously earlier this year in the States, but is a long-time Resupply community member in chat. I see you there, Marcus. And sorry, who's the real tall dude?
That's Marco.
That's Marco.
I guess.
Marco.
Yeah.
Okay. And where does he play out of?
He's Darmstadt, if I remember
Darmstadt.
correctly.
Okay.
If Marcus can confirm.
How many German players came to this?
5. The rest of the team I was on.
Oh, perfect.
But on the tour of the arenas, they were just
Not on the tour,
only them.
just it was those two.
Right, Marco.
Although actually, 2 of the others showed up on the Saturday at the
at
arena.
Prague. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, that's really cool. He was thrown out of a casino in Vegas as he was under 21.
Oh yeah, he told me that.
Sebastian is now Switzerland. He moved to Switzerland.
Oh, yeah, it's true.
So fancy. All right, I went the wrong way.
The other way.
This way. Okay. Now, who are those people? I'm familiar with these players. No, that's obviously you two. That's a great photo too. That's real nice. It's a really nice photo.
I love it.
A little bit of a humble brag with the medals, but whatever. Group shot.
Yeah, this was here at Pilsen, and we invited some of the local players as well. So from the left, there's Marcus,
Yeah.
Smally.
Yeah.
Under the Resupply logo is Triman. He's one of the organizers of the league and tournaments here, and also the owner of Domažlice.
Yeah.
Under
right.
him is Kristi.
Yeah.
And next to Kristi is Pakalis.
Yeah.
Above Pakalis is he's originally from Kazakhstan, so he's called Yevgeny. We call him Zhenya. Next to him is Oli, his girlfriend. Then Dubs, and the last one is Marvin.
I think that's probably going to be the hardest thing with, one of the hard things about going to any laser tag tournament is remembering people's code names. Remembering...
I don't remember any.
Oh, it's so brutal. I'd need name tags and a pronunciation guide on them, because I hate pronouncing shit wrong. So it'd probably just be hey, you.
Yeah.
Nice to see you. These bloody flags again. Which site is this at?
This is at Říčany.
One more time.
The tournament one.
Oh, the tournament.
The tournament one, Říčany.
Říčany. No, I fucked it up.
Almost.
I fucked it up again. Damn it.
No worries.
Yeah.
This is here.
These bloody guys. I know these bloody guys. It's so cool. I love how Brucey's standing there jacked as. It's awesome. Now I saw this. That's a real cool piece. Love that piece.
Yeah, that's at Karlovy Vary Fantasy Laser Game.
Karlovy Vary.
Yeah.
So it's you guys, couple of Germans, and a big old robot T-Rex dragon.
Yeah.
Does it have wings? It does have wings. Big old robot
Yeah,
T-Rex dragon. Hell yeah. That's really cool. Is this one? Yeah. This is the last photo. Yeah.
Yeah, that's again at Říčany.
Right.
This is my team.
Right on. Bronze place. Wow. Who's your best commander in your team?
Well, we were changing positions, so it's hard for me to say.
You should definitely single someone. No, don't single anyone. You don't have to answer that.
But I was the one who was playing medic all the time. So.
Right. Resupply. Oh,
Yeah.
That's a different photo.
That's a different time, different era.
Right. Let's see if I can do this. Well, I can't do this very good. Let's go here. Close out of that, and then we'll tab across to here. There we go.
Yeah, so here are all the trophies.
Those are
that
real
were,
cool looking trophies, man.
Yeah, 3D printed.
Yeah. I dig them.
Even our medals are 3D printed. So
Medals are?
yeah.
You didn't even see you down there? Down where? I don't know. I don't know what you're saying. I really like them. I love the emblems on them. They look really cool. Guns look really cool. Yeah, those are dope. Oh, yeah. Hello.
Molly got one 3D printed as well.
Yeah. What, one of these?
Just hiding.
She's
in the
gonna show you.
Wait, is that the actual size of how they were? Oh, I see. That's the
No,
actual
no,
size
no,
of the
no.
gun.
No, this one's just a little one.
Alright,
This was
cool.
like the actual
There
size
we
of them, of the smaller one.
This is just my little souvenir.
Yeah.
Your participation award.
I have to get something from each arena that I go to, and that was what I acquired from this one.
Normally I steal things, but they were kind enough to print me something.
Yeah, and here on this photo you can see every participant except for Thomas because he was taking the photo.
Now you have to help me out. So just behind you, Lucy, to your left on the right, not him, but the German guy next to him. What's his name again?
Uh
I'm trying to work out what
I
you're
don't know.
saying.
So okay, so actually
from
behind
you to-
Smally, there's Marcus.
huh.
Who's on your other shoulder, Smally?
Andy.
Andy. That's right. I was trying to remember. I was like, fuck, I can't remember his name. Andreas. That's right. What's his code name?
Xeon, something like that. I
Oh,
forget
yeah,
exactly
with
what
the,
it is.
With the X. Xenon?
Like XE Xenon. Yeah, I think it's Xenon.
That's right. Shot Andy. Sorry, I forgot your name, Andy. Apologies if you ever watch this. I like that guy. He's a nice dude. I was wondering if he actually came. It's really cool. Marcus, why do you look so mad? Did somebody steal
He didn't
your
want his
medal?
photo taken.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
Every time we were
great.
taking the photo, he was like, "Nah, I don't want a photo."
Fuck you guys. I just assumed that Smalley stole your medal. She's like, I need something from the site. I'm gonna take your medal. He's like, you've already got your own medal. I was like, yeah, but this one's yours, so I it's nice.
I think we've taken them off because I think we thought we were about to go into a game, and then they were like, no, photo first. So that's why we're not wearing them at
yeah.
that point.
Right.
Yeah.
I see. There is a couple of really tall German dudes. The other guy is really tall. There looks to be some like children over the back as well. How they look really young.
Like 2 teams from Říčany, from the side where it was hosted, were not full. Obviously, there were Thomas and Johnny playing with them.
Yeah.
These are the owners of the site, but they were mostly like completed from children who are the members in there and play.
Right. Okay. That's really cool. Good for them. Nice. That's a really happy looking photo. That's
this is
that's
the first
home
team.
Home site.
No, that's the first team.
Oh, that's I forget his name again. The dude with the long hair.
Trimon.
Raymond.
Yeah, Trimon.
Raymond. Like that guy.
And this team was like completed from players from Pilsen and Domažlice, even one from other city, which I won't tell you because it's hard to pronounce. But the one in the middle in the black t-shirt. Okay, from České Budějovice.
One more time.
České Budějovice.
České Budějovice.
Almost.
Got him.
Nailed it.
Got him. So easy to pronounce. Silly English.
Yeah, Marcus, you
people.
come over here and say that.
Yeah. So yeah, they won, and actually I got their trophies. So because they like left, they left them here. So
You've just been stealing trophies, really.
Yeah, you just like going around thieving. Right.
Stole the trophies, stole my flag.
Now
you gave it to me.
is the dude.
Liar!
So from the far
Oh, look at that team.
right next to Marco, in between the two tall dudes. Is that dude has that dude got eyeshadow on, or is that just the lights?
It's lights.
No, I'm pretty sure not.
I saw it pop up and I was like, somebody's punched that dude in the eye. He's got a massive black eye. And
No,
then
it must be the light.
I was gonna say something, and then I was like, well, maybe he's just like David Bowie like fan and just like Ziggy Stardust eyes, which honestly would be so cool. But no, just the lights. That's disappointing. Lights. So that's obviously your team. That's Sebastian. Oh, that's Sebastian. Right
Yeah.
on. Cool.
And my team.
And your team saw that one.
These are the trophies winners. Because Stuart on the left, in the black t-shirt on the left, he won like the most universal player from the first half of the day because he got like, I don't know, he was most useful as all the roles, I guess. And then also he was the best heavy.
Right. Are the two dudes up the back on the left in the middle, are they brothers? Are they yeah, they look very similar. That dude's got all the trophies. That's really cool. And then those are all the awards?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. And so the medals are plastic?
Yeah, 3D printed.
Yeah.
They look cool. Is it a unicorn?
Yeah, it is. It's their mascot.
That's cool. That's really cool. Is that the last one? Oh, there's this one. Grumpy Marcus again. Grumpy Marcus group photo. Oh, no, that's a different
And
one.
these are all the medal teams.
Right.
And here was the Smally quote. If you're laying down, then I'm laying next to you.
Pretty much.
That's really cool. Really, really cool. That's all, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Wow. It looks like... Hang on. Let me stop streaming that and we'll switch back here. It looks like you guys had a really great time. And that makes me happy because anytime people are having fun playing Laser Force is a good time. And I think, Smally, the work that you're doing to bring the communities, all of the sites together, as you're kind of the ambassador at this point for the international Space Marines scene. I would say yourself and Marcus are kind of the ambassadors at the moment because you guys have played, you played in the widest variety of places. You've played probably, you played the international rule set as well, the current rules as they stand, and also this crazy Czech Republic style of Space Marines. But yeah, I think the more that happens, the more you guys continue to play, across Europe and stuff, the faster I think our scenes will end up merging. And I guess it's kind of a long-term goal to see representation of either the Australasian sites or the US sites, or preferably both, playing at a European tournament of some sort, Space Marines European tournament. I think that'll happen if the rules kind of get adapted.
Working on it.
But yeah, like it's really awesome to see you guys kind of bridging that gap, and it's really awesome to see Lucy, like your whole site that we didn't know about prior to you finding us. It's really awesome to see you guys branching out into a new form or newish form of competitive laser tag. So it makes me very
I'm really happy
excited.
about it because I was kind of scared about it, how the tournament went, and it was actually really good. All of my teammates, we have enjoyed it, and maybe in July there will be one in Domažlice as well, but it will be like just here for Czech players because Domažlice are really small.
Right.
So
Yeah, right on. thank you guys also for being on here today. Really appreciate you coming and sharing your experiences and covering when those other guys are being useless. Is there anything else final you guys want to kind of talk about? Anything else you want to touch on?
I don't know. Maybe just thank you to all of you who watched. It was nice to see you in chat. And massive shout out and thanks to Thomas and Johnny again. And I can wait for next year. I can wait for that. So
I definitely want to come back again.
Oh yeah, we already planned next trip. So
Awesome. That's so awesome. You need a 6-player Marcus for ECT. I assume you're recruiting Lucy here.
Yeah, what
Not
are you
this
doing
year.
at the end of July?
not this year. I'm looking for nets. I'm looking for nets next year for
That's
New
it,
Zealand.
yeah.
So
Awesome. I really hope that we get a decent European contingent heading down for Nats next year. We are in the process of trying to finalize this tournament here in September this year. It'll be the last week of September because I think that's the last week before school holidays. If there are any Australians that are keen to come over, please let me know and we can organise that. That'll be a bunch of fun. But otherwise, we are boarding that hype train early to Laser Force Internationals Auckland 2023, which will actually be the 20th anniversary of my very first Laser Force tournament. So I'm very, very excited about next year. It's going to be really, really cool.
Celebration.
This year would have been cool because it's the 20th anniversary since Auckland hosted its first tournament, and then the year we were supposed to have it, which I think was 2020, that was the 20th anniversary for Auckland Laser Force as a site. So it's a shame we missed some of those milestones, but we'll get some.
yeah.
Some, I don't know. We'll do something. Big year for us, exactly right. Flights are expensive at the moment. Already checked in the store tracking. They'll be expensive regardless. It's a pricey flight, so save your pennies.
Start saving now.
Save your pennies.
Yeah.
You guys, we're gonna end the show. Before we end the show, we got a bit of a week coming up. We'll be back into the general shows next week during the week. Hopefully Thunderdome will be back next week. I haven't heard from Gray yet, so we'll see. But next week's actually the 2-year anniversary for when we did our first Twitch stream, so we might do something a little special for that. Maybe I'll go track down some more cake and we'll just eat cake on stream.
Oh, cake stream.
Cake stream. Oh, I love me a cake stream. Yeah, cake stream. You guys want to help me with the outro? We'll preface that. You guys want to help me with the outro? We'll do the outro.
Oh, go on then.
We'll do the outro.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go me, Lucy, Smally. Okay, perfect. Right. Look, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today. We really appreciate you all. Thanks again to you guys for joining me today. I really appreciate the both of you. But for this week, I have been Guy Next Door.
I've been Lucidun.
And I've been Smally McSmall.
Yeah! Always remember... Oh, the fucking flags. Always remember to backtrack. I'm so confused. Always remember to backtrack, kids. We will see you all next week. Ka kite anō.
Ahoy!
I've been throwing daggers in the all these places.